Allahu, 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 Allah, Allahu, 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 Allah.
We joked about the time for Willie, but I could have listened to him for another 30 minutes. When you say, awesome job. Another big round of applause. Awesome, awesome. I hope that your name one day is circulated on the list of people for the U.S. Supreme Court. It would be an awesome, yes, absolutely. Yes. So we can say thank you to you. Now to conclude the program, I'd like to bring up Dr. Jaffer one more time, and thank you for allowing me to serve as your MC tonight, and I'll see you on television on Monday at 4, 5, 6, and 11 o'clock.
Yes, a great round of applause for Calvin. What a great MC. And I must say, you're funnier and more vibrant than ever before. Look around the room, look at this. You got counselors from Japan, Germany, Israel, Turkey, and you've got people of all faiths. You've got Christians, Jews, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists. We have United Nations. We have a wonderful community here. What a sight. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to come here. Thank you. When a Muslim usually starts reading his holy book, he says, Bismillah Rahman Rahim, which means I begin in the name of that Lord, that loving Lord who's the greatest creator, and he's merciful and kind. But by the way, Khalid Salahuddin came and said our prayer, and he used the word Allah. By the way, Allah does not mean the moon god of Arabia, okay? It's an Arabic word for God. And it's the same God that you've seen the scriptures of Torah or in the Bible. It's the same God. And we believe in the same prophets. Anyway, I wanted to clear that so that you all know. I want to thank you, Willie. My hair stood up. And I don't have much, but they did stand up, okay? Thank you. Thank you. You touched my heart. Thank you. Thank you. And Calvin, thank you very much. Our recipients, for doing what you did, and you came. You came because you feel this is important. A lot of people get awards, but you came and took this award, and I could see you felt it in your heart, and thank you. For Muslims, no matter where you live, in which country of the world, you are obligated to be loyal, patriotic, and a contributing member of society. Even your neighbors are considered your family. You have to take care of them and be in charge of their welfare. You can't sleep if there's one person hungry in your village, so in your neighborhood. So these are the values. These are the enduring common human values we have, but these are part of Islam. And today, with partnership with you folks, we do a lot of engagement with you. We do things with you. We work in different organizations, from Rotary to media to politicians to whatnot, to make you understand who we are, to work with ACLU. By the way, I called Howard Simon when they passed a law that I couldn't ask my mentally sick patient whether you have a gun. And I was really livid. I called Howard. Howard said, we are filing a lawsuit. And he succeeded in that. Thank you for standing up for medicine, Anyway, so we do battered women, free clinic, homeless people, and Project Miami, Project Fort Lauderdale, Broward Pantry, all this. So what? It's our duty. These guys commemorating this martyrdom of the Prophet's grandson, they give pints of blood. So far, we have given hundreds of pints of blood in Muharram. All this, but so what? It doesn't matter, because your fellow Americans, more than half of them, think your religion is bad and Muslims are bad people. And there is some truth to that. Think about it. Think about it. There are people out there who, in the name of Islam, and this is the elephant in the room and I have to address it, who in the name of Islam, they pray, they read the Quran, but they do heinous things. And these are very religious people. And they look religious. And they claim to be following the book. They're following the Prophet. They're following the religion. And they're doing horrible things. Before they did it to the fellow Muslims, they've killed hundreds of thousands of fellow Muslims. Now they're beginning to come to Europe. They're doing things in Turkey, and now they've gone to Europe, and you have Paris, and now they've come to our soil. We've got guys doing, shoe bomber and that bomber and San Bernardino. And our politicians have taken up that call and said, look, these guys are bad. These guys are dangerous. And I told you, Muslims, Jews, Christians have all been part of this fabric from the foundation of this nation. Our Thomas Jefferson was a Secretary of State. He made a relationship with the King of Morocco and saved our navy, our merchant ships from attack by the pirates. Therefore, today the longest peace treaty in the world is the peace treaty between America and Morocco in 1677. 1777, yeah. Longest peace treaty. The first country to recognize was Morocco, because the King of Morocco really believed in America and liked them because we had a relationship. Because Thomas Jefferson, he had a well-thumbed Bible. Keith Ellison, the first Muslim who went to become to swearing in, used Thomas Jefferson's Bible. So Muslims are part of the fabric, but they've suddenly become the other. In our country, we have had the other. First, we came from Britain, then the Germans started coming, we didn't like them. Then the Irish came, they were the other. Then the Catholics came, oh my God, there's a different faith, we didn't like them. The Jews came, oh, we vilified them. And the Africans, African Americans have the longest slog, okay? But we finally put a president who is African American. But we've succeeded, we moved over. But today the other are the Muslims. It's always easy to pick on something. We saw what happened in Germany, This guy was a smart speaker and so on and whatnot, and was patriotic and nationalistic, and he created a fervor in nice people. These were Germans whose neighbors, his kids grew up together, but they happened to be a Jew. And suddenly, they killed 6 million of them with no compunction. They became Nazis, they did this, they did that. In Rwanda, the Hutus and the Tutsi. In Bosnia, it's happening. It's happened in Afghanistan and so on. So what I'm trying to tell you is when somebody becomes the other, it's a very slippery path and bad things can happen. So I said, how do you solve problems? By saying prayers, right? And I didn't address the elephant in the room. People still say that these are Muslims. They believe in what they do. Let me tell you the truth. Islam has never been like this. There was no philosophy that what's happening. Less than 200 years ago, somebody decided to write a new form of Islamic philosophy. But it stayed in the sands of Arabia. But with the rise of the petrodollar, it learned legitimacy and sponsorship. And it came into full being, and we used it also as the West when Afghanistan was invaded by Soviet Union. We used this philosophy to train the Mujahideen to fight the Soviet Union, and were successful. But these same guys turned on us. They became Al-Qaeda. And they started killing our Muslims and non-Muslims. And they attacked 2 of our embassies. They killed, they destroyed our Navy, USS Cole. Next thing you know, 9/11 happens. Until then, Americans had no opinion about Muslims. Slowly, they started realizing, who are these guys? What do they do? Why would they do this? Suddenly, any woman wearing a scarf was suspect. Anybody keeping a beard was, I don't know about him. He's practicing too hard. Maybe he's one of them, one of Al-Qaeda. Then next thing you know, it's ISIS. There's a caliphate out there. Just remember, to us, we are the first enemies of them. They think we are first to be annihilated. They've killed hundreds of thousands of Muslims. They've killed probably a few thousand Christians and non-Muslims. But Muslims have been the biggest victim. And I want to tell you, because in the media it's there, what are the moderate Muslims doing? Why can't they stop them? We are the first victims of this. We have no power of them. But the world together, with the Muslim world, has the power to stop this scourge. And God willing, with our help, we will cure this. So whenever somebody gets on the pulpit to read a prayer Muslims, just like all of the Abrahamic faiths, you have a little prayer, a discussion, scripture, and a prayer to end. So Khalid Salahuddin said, you must say a prayer before you end. So I won't hold you anymore. Really, thank you for keeping our time. But this is a prayer, it's an interesting prayer. I want you to understand this. We believe in all the prophets that you see in the scripture. And we revere Prophet Moses. And we use this prayer a lot in the beginning of our sermons. And it goes like this in Arabic. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa ahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. What did I just say? Moses was an Israelite in bondage. But he was born when the Pharaoh got this idea, the dream, that there will be a guy from that tribe who will destroy you. So what did he do? Kill every firstborn, right? Moses' mother puts him in a river, gets rescued by who? Pharaoh's wife. Brings him home. And Pharaoh, his advisor says, what if this guy is an Israelite? Let's do a test. If this guy is guided by divine force, he will not choose what I'm going to do for him. Kept a ruby and a coal, hot burning coal. If this guy has got his God helping him, he will choose the ruby. Moses chose the coal and burnt his tongue. Now, finally, fast forward, he becomes the prophet. And God is telling him, go forth and preach. And this is the prayer Moses said. Oh God, you've given me this job, but open my chest so I can take this big burden. Make my task easy. Reduce the impediment of my tongue and let the people who I talk to understand. So I told you this prayer of Moses that Muslims use all the time, especially when they're about to start a lecture. This is a very common prayer. And I use this at the end of our gathering here today because I'm sending you out as ambassadors. You who are not Muslims, I want you to understand that. In Islam, we have only one relationship with all our fellow human beings. Either you're a brother in faith or sister in faith, or you're a brother or sister in humanity. There is no other. We are brothers and sisters in this world. And I want you to go forth and take this message that you have met Muslims and they are good people. And take the message that not all of them are bad. There are some nasty guys out there, but they are not really Muslims, and the good Muslims don't consider them as one of us. And for you Muslims, it is your duty to enhance your civic activity, to continue doing what your faith has dictated upon you, to be a good human being, to be serving, to help, and to alleviate suffering in this world. It's your duty. Don't take it lightly. So that tomorrow, the world will say, that's a very good American. And he also happens to be a Muslim. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. You made us our heart warm, but we want to enshrine this moment in pictures, so we'll ask all our recipients and all the Cosmos leadership to come up. And for all of you, thank you very much. God bless you, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.